Hey guys, this is Nicholas Cage. Just letting you know you're watching the Hockey Happy Hour here on HUDRadio.com. Just wanted to let you guys know that because, I'm just saying, I think y'all should pull the trigger. You want to know why? Because I don't give a fuck. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hockey Happy Hour live from the BMW of Atlantic City Studios here in Mount Ephraim, New Jersey. I am Matt Sassuti. This is Mikey, the Penguin Lover, Klankov. And we also have the Darkwing, Brian Daly, behind the board, who will be joining us on this awesome, very comfy couch in just a few moments. But we welcome you all to the Hockey Happy Hour, and we are live on HUDRadio.com. Brought to you by Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. And yes, I did not slam the paper into the side of Mike's head. Why? Well, actually, if I have to be honest, I kind of needed the Penguins to win tonight. And they actually did. I'm stunned. The Penguins actually helped a Flyers fan for once in their damn lives. I am very, very happy about that. Because they did beat the New Jersey go fuck yourself Devils. And now the Devils won't be able to get any closer to us than 1 point. Mm-hmm. I'm more than happy with that, by the way. Just letting everybody know. Hopefully, everybody got that through.
I'm still wrapping my head around the fact you just said you wanted the Penguins to win.
I had no choice. It wasn't like I wanted it. I had no choice but to root for the Penguins tonight. And the only reason why is because the Flyers, in their infinite, wonderful wisdom, could not beat these fuckers on Sunday. They had to lose in overtime. Oh, and then they had to lose to the Dallas Stars, who were fucking on a 8-game losing streak. It was the longest losing streak they've ever had since moving to fucking Dallas. And you still lost to them in overtime. And then you just barely managed, and I mean you barely managed to squeak out a win in Colorado. And thank God you did, because if you didn't do that, we'd still be in a shit ton of trouble. But luckily enough, we got the 2 points when we needed to, and the Penguins desperately needed to win this game. They did. They beat the Devils, and those motherfuckers can, suck it. And
yeah, big time, by the way.
They won't get any closer.
The goal that Crosby scored, I just watched it on the One Penguins fan page. Holy shit. Okay.
All right, we don't need to go
I'm just
too
gonna say,
far into
real
this.
quick,
So
rung it off the post. He gets his own rebound mid-air, slaps it again, bounces on the ground into the net. Game winner.
All right, wonderful. All right, great. All right. So
check.
now that we got that out of the way, fuck Crosby and the Penguins. Thank you for this one win, but still fuck you at the end of the day. All right.
4-0 against the Flyers this year.
Yeah. Shut up. Shut up.
Hey, you got 2 points out of us. 2 overtime losses. It's all right, bud.
All right, yeah. You keep playing that. Keep playing that card, and then you know what? All the overtime bounces that you've been getting go the other way in the playoffs, and the Flyers beat you. So you know what? How about
Probably.
that? That's how it works.
I wouldn't be surprised.
That's how that shit works.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Now, currently, right now, as it stands, the Flyers are still in line to face the Penguins. However, that may change by the end of the night because, unfortunately, the Columbus Blue Jackets are playing, and those motherfuckers are beating the Calgary Flames 2-0. Can these fuckers just lose once? Just fucking lose. Please. Lose. And better yet, both you and the Devils. Just go. Go. Don't come anywhere near the playoffs. No one wants you here anyway. By the way, Columbus, no one ever wanted you in the league. And New Jersey, the same thing. No one ever fucking wanted you in the league either. Get the fuck out and never come back, please.
Ouch.
By all means, please come back.
Oof.
Please, don't. Just stay the fuck away.
I'm cool with that.
Hey. Hey, listen, nothing personal,
Yeah?
but if Columbus could win tonight, I'd really appreciate that.
Why?
Yeah,
Because
but you know what, though? Calgary's already on a 6-game skid. I think that's enough for you, all right? We need a little help.
Listen,
on
we
the
need all the
east
help we
over
can get
here,
right
too.
now.
We need help on the east
I
side,
still
too.
have yet to learn which
How
side to
about
put this on.
we end this game in a fair draw, and we call it that?
Fair draw.
Fair draw.
Is there such thing?
There's no ties in hockey anymore, Mike.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, because I don't think you know this, but one of the worst things that's been conceived by man has been the deciding factor in hockey games for the better part of a decade now, and it's been the fucking shootout. Christ Almighty! It's still the fact
That's the worst thing that ever happened. I swear. Sorry, I'm trying to get my feet under here.
God damn it, Brian. You're
tangled
on
in a
my
web.
I'm all
cord.
tangled. All right, we're good.
All right. So, all kidding aside, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hockey Happy Hour. The Flyers did get a win, though, and they do deserve to get a round of applause for it because I'll be honest with you, the way that third period was going, oh my God, we were going to lose. We were going to lose that game because the Colorado Avalanche were coming with force at the end of that third period. Thank God the clock beat them. Thank God.
They had chutzpah.
That's the Jewish term for balls. Anyway.
Basically.
I like it. You learn something new every day.
You've never heard that before?
No.
Really?
No.
Oh, man, I feel old now.
You should.
Don't feel too old. I knew it. But anyway.
Fair enough. All right.
So with that being said, the Flyers are at 92 points. Hopefully they can remain and get more points, and hopefully the Columbus Blue Jackets can keep 91 points and stay the fuck away from the third place in the division. And the New Jersey Devils can stay right down there where they freaking belong in the wild card, where they have to deal with the – oh, actually, correction. They won't have to face Tampa Bay Lightning. They have to face the Boston Bruins.
Oh, shit.
Bum,
Bruins-
bum, bum.
The Bruins have 107 points to the Tampa Bay's 106. Wow. All right.
And we wonder why
Oh.
I think Boston's going to the Stanley Cup.
Oh, and by the way, guys, Boston is 3-0-0 against the New Jersey Devils. Hallelujah! If Boston wins and they go and beat the Devils, I will be happy. That's the first time I'll ever be happy to see the Bruins win anything a day in my freaking life, to see them beat the New Jersey Devils.
That was the Devils' record against us prior to tonight.
3-0-0.
3-0-0.
3-0-0.
Yeah.
So, little news in case nobody heard it. Zdeno Chara signed a one-year extension
Yeah, he
with the
did.
Boston Bruins. Since we're talking about him, what do you guys think about that?
Big Z.
I mean, okay.
Listen, he's 41 now, which is pretty crazy that he's still, especially a big man like him. I know we talk definitely big man in basketball, but like big guys like that to be able to keep up and skate with these young kids and play great defense still.
Yeah.
I mean, he owns number one time on ice for the Bruins this year. So
And he's still going strong. He's one that's been
I-
playing at I guess we can say a Yager-esque level.
yeah.
And when I say Yager-esque level, just play until you're basically 50.
Yeah. why not?
Get more and more fit, more and more
I-
athletic the older you get.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
All
But
right.
I mean, I like it for them personally. Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for him.
Good for him.
know?
Yeah, I mean, they still want him at 42,
I still
going on
hate
42
the bees,
years old. But no, I'm with you. I hate the
I
bees
hate
too.
the bees, but I mean, shit, for him to be going that long, like you said, he'll probably be 42 going into next season, or at least during next season. So I mean, that's pretty remarkable.
Yeah, no, I agree.
All right. Well, I give about 0 fucks. So, like Zdeno Chara is, all right, he's the captain of the Boston Bruins. He won a Stanley Cup with them. Whoop-de-freaking-do. I mean, that's great. It's great. He's still around. Personally, I wish he'd just go piss up a fucking rope. But that's just me. But anyway,
Interesting.
Piss up a rope?
that's an old term. That's an old term of go fuck yourself.
Another old one.
Basically. That's
That
another
one's
old term.
might be older than me.
That is a very
Never
old
heard of that one.
I've only heard that from people that I have ever were like kids in the 70s that have ever used that term, go piss up a rope.
Go piss up a rope.
Anyway, so with that being said, the Boston Bruins, 107 points. They have qualified for a playoff spot. Tampa, 106. Meanwhile, the Vegas Golden Knights also qualified for a playoff spot. They have 103 points on their season. And the Nashville Predators joined them as well at 109 points. Now, I do believe that is not the only people that have qualified for the playoffs officially. However, for all the Flyers fans out there, the Flyers will not be able to clinch a playoff spot before the end of the regular season because it's going to come down to the end of the regular
To
fucking season.
The wire.
Yep. Same thing with the Penguins and same thing with the Blue Jackets and the Devils and
Basically,
and the Panthers.
the final four there definitely. I mean, hey, if the Panthers could squeak out a win, I know the game was tied 2-2 with like 3 minutes left.
If the Panthers can manage to put the Devils out of the playoffs and get in, I will laugh my ass off and be so happy because it's like, yes, them bastards didn't even make it to the dance. That's the best part of it right there.
That's the scary part is getting to the dance, especially if it's a team you hate because you know anything can happen.
oh yeah, without a doubt.
Anything can happen.
I still think the Panthers would get shit on.
Oh, well, that doesn't
But,
change anything
yeah.
there. Yeah, of course.
That's just an easy victory for Boston at that point.
Well, yeah, but I mean, let's be honest here. Boston's going to win in the first round no matter who they face. It really doesn't matter who they're facing, which is another reason why I don't want the Flyers
Bit
to
a
go.
wild card.
Yeah, that's another reason why I don't want that.
Yeah.
Actually, if they can be first wild card, it's not the worst thing in the world because then you face the Washington Capitals.
Yep.
I will take the Washington Capitals any day of the week. Let us face the Caps. Let's avoid the Boston Bruins like the plague. And please, for all intents and purposes, if there is a God in heaven, make sure the Devils are nowhere near anything relating past the first round or even the playoffs at all. Make sure they never go back to the playoffs. Absolutely not. I'll be perfectly fine with that.
I would be too.
That makes sense.
Good talk.
Yeah.
Great talk.
Yeah.
I would be too.
Yeah. I love it. It's just the end on the exclamation point right there. All right, so with that being said, going into the game last night, the Flyers did get their win. And to comment here, Rob Povia, of course, always chiming in, saying, looking like the Flyers got back on track versus the Avs, but who's playing goal? Yes, very big question. And by the way, I do have a funny comment to talk about this. Michael Neuvirth started the game, and he went to the bench and got hurt. Like,
They actually think he got hurt in the shot prior. They think he re-aggravated his groin.
Just get him out of here.
I
Talk
mean,
about the plague.
What's the point? Like, what is the point now? If Michael Neuvirth ever gets healthy before the playoffs, I'm like, what's the point? Don't even start him. The guy's not going to last 2 shifts at this point in time. It's over, Neuvirth. It's over, man. Retire.
Yeah.
Your career is over, man.
Guarantee
I
they
don't
signed him to an extension at the end of the season.
Oh, I hope not. I pray to God not. It's already bad enough we got the old fart and Brian Elliott. Now we got to go with freaking.
Oh, he's younger than I am. What the fuck are you trying to say?
Ooh.
He's old for a goalie.
All right, fair enough.
All right, let's go with that. I wasn't saying you. I was saying as a hockey player.
I know. I'm just busting your balls.
Oh, I know you are. All right,
But
so
jumping back to Noivy real quick. Yeah, they think he re-aggravated his groin on that one save he made before he skated over to the bench, and that's why he was over at the bench.
I wonder if Peter Mrazek just looked at him and was just like, welcome to my world, pal. Yeah, this is the shit I've been putting up with it since you've been gone. And now,
Yeah.
poor Mrazek, he wanted to get a night off, and the sumbitch has to go back out there, and he has to pretty much steal a win for the Flyers, because he absolutely stole this one for the Colorado Avalanche in that third
hasn't
period.
he played at some point every single game since he got traded here?
Pretty much.
I don't think he's...
Hold on. I think maybe 1 or 2 Lyon has played in total, but that's pretty much
yeah,
it.
because I believe Lyons started the game against the Penguins, and then Mrazek relieved him.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
true. But yeah, it's been like the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
He's had to play almost every game at some point. In the last 3 games alone, they've had 4 goaltending changes. It's been
Yeah,
that bad.
I mean, I kind of get what Hacksaw's trying to do,
Mm.
but, you know, sometimes you pull the goalie to wake the other players up in front. Not because, like the other night, Alex Lyon got pulled because the guys in front of him weren't playing well.
Yeah.
Nope.
I believe
that's
that
a
was
shock
the
to your
Pittsburgh
team.
game.
That's a shock to your team. And
Right.
That's what gives you
It's
that
sending a
jolt.
message.
Yeah.
And they got that jolt, and they got back into the game against
Yep.
the Penguins, but unfortunately the Penguins just played better.
Still earned a point in the game. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wonderful.
I was watching the game.
Pat ourselves on the fucking back for
You know
that.
what, though?
Great.
Hey, listen, you could
1
have
point's
went
better than no
you-
points.
Exactly. You could have went home with 0 points that day, and ultimately they should have. It was a late goal with 40 seconds left.
Listen,
I mean,
I'm not saying that it's not good to get a point, but I'm going to say this right now. In a close race like this, that's not fucking good enough. You need 2 points every fucking game.
Oh, no
I
doubt.
don't give a shit
doubt.
what the excuse is. You have New Jersey that's a couple spots back that's going to be breathing down your neck, was breathing down your neck at least a day ago, that you shockingly were able to put some distance between you and them. And then on top of that, you're trying to compete with Pittsburgh, that is a team that is resilient, as we have proven here. And you have the Columbus Blue Jackets that just fucking refuse to lose. Can you please fucking lose just once for us? God damn it, Columbus. I'm starting to hate them more than the fucking Devils, and that's a bad thing. Like, seriously.
I'm with you. I'm on board with what you're saying. But in a game that the Flyers should have lost against Pittsburgh, to get that 1 point is huge.
Yeah.
And it keeps you in that race.
That's great and all. Now I'm going to go to the Dallas game. That was bullshit. You had the game fucking won, and you completely shit the bed. You basically allowed them to tie you, go to overtime. They were losing. They were on the longest losing streak since the team had gone to Dallas. You have to take advantage of that team. I mean, absolutely. They have fucked themselves out of a playoff spot. They really have. They have no hope of catching a wild card at this point in time. They statistically still have a shot, but let's be honest, they're not getting in at this point in time. Take advantage of it, goddammit. Send that team right back down to hell itself and make sure they don't make the playoffs. And while you get the win, you get the 2 points, and you bury the fucking Devils that you absolutely needed to. Because guess what? If you had done that, and then you had also beaten Colorado, we wouldn't be worried about it. I wouldn't have to hope that the Penguins won tonight. I could hope that either team lost and that the building collapsed with nobody in it, of course, except the Penguins and the Devils. But that's a different story.
Well,
No fans. We like the fans.
Yeah, the fans can stay alive. No problem there.
Here's some
No, I
positive
don't have a
news.
team to watch.
Oh, well. You
God
almost
damn
did-
it. Who am I supposed to root for now?
You almost didn't.
Not a team with a shitty history. I mean, come on.
Oh, okay. Shitty history. All right.
All right, so you want some
Team
you
with
want
bad
some,
luck. Let's get this right.
you want some positive news here, Matt?
Sure.
Sure, go right ahead.
So after this, you play Boston on Sunday. No, the positive news is coming.
Positive news.
The positive news is
about that.
well, if you give me a second,
All right.
and then I believe you have one more trip to Arizona. Or did they already play Arizona in
No.
Arizona?
Who
we do
just
not have
beat the
one more.
Blackhawks the other night, I believe.
Wow, that's like not uncommon this
Wow.
year.
All right,
But
so
anyway.
maybe it's not so positive.
My man
You still
Tocchet
have-
pulling out the wins in Arizona.
I was gonna say you still have some division plays, some division games that can really help, but
Oh, hold on. Let me see here.
Ugh.
Let me check this schedule here for the Flyers. Obviously, they're facing Boston. Who they playing on Tuesday next week? Facing the Islanders. Then after that, then they face the Carolina Hurricanes. Their final game of the season is Saturday against the New York Rangers in Philly. So, from my calculations here, next week, Boston's almost a guaranteed loss. But if you can beat the Islanders, which is possible, you can beat the ever so wonderful New York Rangers on Saturday. Because let's be honest, even though they're a team that actually almost made a run, even though they sold off all their assets, we still should be able to get 2 points off of them, which will be oh so necessary. And and the Carolina Hurricanes. And that has
Who are mathematically still in it.
yes, oddly enough,
For
'cause
now.
they are only trailing the New Jersey Devils by 5 points. Oddly enough. Well, technically 6 now. Since
well,
the
there.
Dev-
Do you feel better now? These are all teams the Flyers should win.
Yeah, that's what worries me, because you see, we should have been able to beat fucking Dallas, and that didn't work out too well either. Yeah, we beat Colorado, who's in a playoff spot. Go fucking figure.
It's okay. We lost to the Rangers a couple weeks ago. I mean,
All right, that's pretty bad. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna lie. You should hang.
we've
your head
lost
in
some
shame.
pretty shitty games, and we finally bounced. I mean, fucking the Red Wings 2 nights ago.
If it makes you
mean-
feel any better, we lost to Vancouver 4-1.
Yeah, you guys were all right. You don't need to worry about nothing. You got 91
What do you
points.
mean we're all right? We're at 91 points. It's not a it's not a guaranteed playoff spot.
Oh, you're fine. You're only gonna face the Nashville Predators.
Yay! Listen, man, that could be something good. Honestly, you never know.
Oh,
Listen.
I need Tim Style. Where are you at, man?
I know. I'm
Timmy.
waiting for all the Cali guys.
Where are
Come
you
on.
at? I need some backup.
You're telling me shit.
Oh, it could be worse though. You could be Minnesota and have to face the Winnipeg Jets.
Yeah, I wanna
By the
get
way,
this. I
Since
wanna
we
jump
just brought up the Jets, Connor Hallaback, man, 40 wins so far this season.
Whew, Christ. Well, he'll probably get nominated for a Vezina.
He has to.
Yeah.
There's no doubt, and he should
I-
win considering.
I don't know
you
if
know.
he'll win though. I
Think
don't-
about
I
where they
don't
were
know.
last year compared to
Well,
where they are this year.
To be-
That's my.
Okay, to be fair,
know.
you got a point there, but I don't know. I feel like it's kind of who's the bigger name usually gets those trophies, and he's not necessarily the big
Yeah.
name. That's
No,
the
not
thing.
at all. But you know what? Sometimes it's just got to be that way. I mean, I personally think right now he should win it.
Well, that's morally.
I mean, obviously, I don't mean
morally.
shit when it comes to the voting. But
Really?
if I had to hand in a vote, I'm saying him.
Okay, so we'll write in that Halifax should get the
Why
should
not?
get the Vezina trophy.
So Toronto has officially clinched a playoff spot after the
Yay.
Florida Panthers. Give me a second to learn how to talk
Oh,
again.
That
they
damn
lost.
list.
Lose in overtime 3-2 to the Ottawa Senators.
Oh wow.
So that's fun.
Damn.
That's
All right.
great.
Well, I think the Panthers may have just statistically fucked
And
themselves.
how about
right
Eric
now.
Carlson, man? Comes right out on the ice, scores a goal the other night in his first game back.
Yeah.
I was pretty happy for him, man. Guy's going through a lot, comes right back, right in the game, fucking rips one and scores.
I'm still amazed by this though. Carolina is 10 points back, and they are not statistically.
They probably
out of
still
it.
have 5 games.
Yeah, they got.
If the Devils were to lose every single game with no point,
Oh, one can dream.
Carolina, and they were to win the next 5, which they play 4 quality teams, I'm gonna say no. So
One of those teams being the Flyers. So hell no, they
Yeah.
are not facing the Flyers. They are not beating the Flyers at all. Florida does still have a shot though. If Florida manages to send the Devils out, oh man, I'd be so happy. That'd be like a freaking pipe dream. I would be so happy to see the Florida Panthers in the playoffs. Not because I give two flying fucks about the Florida Panthers. I could care less. But if
No.
if that means the Devils are nowhere near the playoffs, haha, yes. Then we all get to point the finger and laugh at the Devils fans, them fraud pricks. Anyway.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah.
Ha.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
man,
All right. So
Sorry, I'm
jumping back into this.
Still trying to get my mind wrapped around what happened today. Ugh.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. The freaking Blue Jackets. They're up 3-0. God damn it. What the
Dad, I'll teach you computer.
God.
Stop giving me bad news.
God damn it.
yeah.
Fucking Blue Jackets. Will you just die, please?
Damn.
You have no fans. No one gives two flying fucks about you. Like
They do have a
seriously.
cannon in the arena.
They
That's
do.
Oh, what they've had a cannon in the arena. No one gave a shit back then either.
Why I don't understand is
Ti-
why they continue to fire blanks. It's not doing anything.
Oh well.
Idiots.
Just like John Tortorella's sex life, all
Morons.
blanks. Anyway.
Not torts.
Oh,
Yes,
anybody but Torts.
Yes, Torts. Fuck Torts.
God.
God.
Come on.
I hate him too, by the way. He's on my shit
Oh,
list.
man.
He's been on my shit list.
I would
forever.
listen. If Sullivan were to go down, I would love Tortorella as my coach. To be
That would
honest.
give me even a more reason to hate that bastard. Seriously.
I would take him.
I think he's a great coach.
I would
really
take
do.
him. Our defense needs to get a fucking fire lit under their ass.
Oh. Well, I don't know. I
For
mean,
the freaking one to the goddamn Canucks.
hold on, though. I don't know if that's a good idea because remember what happened last time he was in charge of a West Coast team?
Vancouver,
Yeah.
they got to the Stanley Cup.
No, they didn't.
No,
That was
Oh,
Elaine
no, that was
Vigneault.
Elaine Vigneault.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, they were dead last, almost, that year. If it wasn't for Arizona, they would have been.
Yeah, I mean, Anaheim's got a talented team, though, so, I mean.
I don't know. Vancouver had talent. It's still. I'm just saying.
No, I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
Caution is a smart move here on that one.
Yeah, but look at what he's done with Columbus. He turned a team
Yeah,
that was
but-
at the bottom of the barrel
Yeah, but Columbus is.
into a playoff contender like that.
Exactly.
To be
in
fair,
a year
though,
coming.
To be fair, though, Columbus is not a West Coast team, and they are no longer in the Western Conference. So there's a
Thank
difference.
God.
So,
True.
God, if Columbus was in the
Wow.
Western
Can you
Conference.
imagine a competition there
Good
too?
God.
Jesus Christ.
Woo!
So
Oh,
I'm going to
wow.
jump to a couple of these comments here
Sure,
on Facebook
go right
Live.
ahead. Go right ahead.
What is this?
This is the GWG.
Oh, I don't want to see that.
Oh,
so
no,
while we do that,
no, listen, that's great enough that they beat the Devils. I don't need to watch it.
I could have been there.
so clearly I'm missing some comments on here, so I apologize if I don't read them off.
You're
gonna
ignoring your
start-
Ducks fans.
Well, I mean, for some reason my comments start at Rob Povia's. But anyway, so Rob Povia chiming in. It's Columbus and Florida that I'm worried about, although win versus the Avs and Florida's loss versus Toronto helped big time.
It did.
And he goes on to answer our poll question tonight, which if it would come up, here he goes. Can the Philadelphia Flyers stave off the New Jersey Devils? His answer, oh, hell yeah.
I mean, if the Devils manage to keep on doing this shit, it's possible. But the problem is that the Devils, they choose when to win at the worst fucking possible time. It could be worse, though. It could be the Columbus Blue Jackets who just refuse to fucking lose altogether. At least the Devils can lose. That's good news. That's a good rival. That's a good rival. Be shitty and always lose. That's a very good rival. Don't be
So,
like these guys.
We got Chrome chiming in. The Flyers can do it, fellas. Yes, they can. Yes, they can. And we got Mike's family chiming in. Hi, Mike's family.
Hi.
Hey, from Atlantic City. Where
From
they are
Atlantic
right
City. Hey.
Hey.
Hi, Rollers.
now. Yeah.
You never
Hitting
told me
up
that.
Hitting up them slots.
I wish, man. Platinum cards. No, I'm kidding.
We got Tom Harnone chiming in. What's up, boys? Answer to the poll. Hell yeah.
There we
Hell
go.
I love the emphasis behind it.
Woo!
Hell yeah. Oh, Jesus. All right, so Warren, I apologize. I'm not even going to attempt to say your last name.
Kusaga.
Hello from the Canadian Arctic. Go Pens go.
Hey!
Canadian Arctic, where are you from, man? Where are you from? Let us know.
My mom goes, hey, buzzed and broke. Great. That means I have to keep working.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? At least they're buzzed. They're having a good time.
Listen,
They're feeling good.
It's great.
Again, I could be there.
It's great. It's great that you're
But you can
buzzed
be
and all.
here.
True.
It's
I'll
great
be
that
there when he can be here.
Why would I want to be in Atlantic City drinking, having a good
listen,
dinner and good time?
it's great that you're buzzed. But let me just say this right now: don't watch the World Series in poker and then decide to play poker. It's just a bad idea. Don't do it. Don't do it.
The Rankin Inlet in
None of it.
Nunavut?
Where the fuck is that?
Oh, that's one of the smaller.
I don't
Canadian
care
mountains.
where it is. I love them.
Warren, thanks for chiming
Yes.
in, man.
Hey, welcome.
Finally have
welcome.
friends.
All right, so I see where this is going to go.
Bring it in tonight.
So we had all the Ducks fans who were coming out of the
Bring in
closet
the other
last
bird
week.
tonight.
Now it's going to be all the Penguins fans coming out of the closet. Of course, the difference is that you could say bandwagon on this side. You can't on this side. You actually have to be dedicated to be a Ducks fan. Just
That's
saying.
right.
So
Tim, where you at? Bring your friends.
We need you.
I need some backup. I'm on my own.
Did you happen to see Dean Senzi's comment?
I did not.
No, he said reporting from Newark. By the way, that's who I was going to go to the game with tonight with. He said Crosby cried his way to another win. I just think that's pure, he's upset.
I mean, Crosby does like to be a little vocal with the
that's
officials
fine.
from
listen,
time to
listen.
time.
Hey, if it works, it works.
I agree 100%. Crosby's a crybaby.
I've seen him bitch his way
Hey.
out of penalties before. Like, seriously?
Oh yeah, that's bad.
Come on.
That's fucking awful. The
I love
fact-
every bit of
Like,
it.
it's a clear hook. I
I-
bet you
yeah.
would.
Oh, of course you do. You're the one who benefits from that shit. Why would you not be?
Clear trip.
Yeah.
I didn't do it. I don't know what you saw, but it wasn't what that was.
Oh, God. that
all
just,
right, Sid.
That just reminds
You're
me
out.
of the 2012 series so bad. Oh, God, I hated Crosby so much at that time. I would
that
have.
when we
God,
lost
I
to
only have to
Boston?
see him twice a year.
God, I'm so happy that series went out the way it did. Oh, that was such a great series to watch.
Anyway,
Such
thanks
a
for
great
chiming
series
in,
to
Warren.
watch.
Keep it coming, man.
But
Keep the comments coming in.
But to quote you saying, I agree 100% that Crosby is a crybaby, but at the same time, dude, you're a Devils fan, man. I'm sorry,
Maddie's
man.
favorite Devils fan.
Just saying, dude. You're a Devils fan. Just saying.
Yeah, but you know what? You know, as much as he cries and he bitches to the officials, he really is one of the best in the world.
Oh, there's no
He
doubt.
makes the guys on the ice around him better. And that, to me,
Oh, well,
automatically makes him better than Ovechkin in my eyes.
that's great, but he still doesn't need to bitch. Honestly.
No, I
he still really
agree.
doesn't need to be a little bitch. I mean, he can be a great player. You don't have to be a little tiny, bitch out on the ice and cry every 5 seconds. You really don't. You got
yeah,
enough
but he can hold
talent.
his own, though. He can hold his own. He can throw his weight around a little, although he really doesn't. And he's dropped the gloves a few times, so we know
Yeah,
he's not
he
going to
never-
back from a
Matt
fight if he
Niskanen.
doesn't have to.
He never dropped
Um,
one, though, with any of the Flyers. Coward.
Why am I
Seriously.
blanking on who it is?
He tried to go
Brandon
after
Dubinsky.
Hartnell. Oh, I hate Dubinsky. Dubinsky
You would not have won that fight against Hartnell.
I don't like
just saying.
Dubinsky
You
either.
would not have
Oh
won
my
that fight
God.
against Hartnell.
Hartnell probably
There's
not.
something
Not
about
many
him.
people would win a fight against Scott Hartnell.
No, and I
No.
still love it to this day. It's my best Hartnell memory as a Flyer. When that piece of shit Sean Avery challenged him to fight, 2 punches, that fucker went down. That was fucking glorious. I loved that. Oh,
My
God.
favorite model. No. Sunglass model it was, right?
No, he loved purses. Like, actually, believe it or not. Did you ever see that? He was on a show saying I could admire a great purse. I'm like, Sean.
It's a satchel.
Oh, yeah, it was a satchel. All right, Sean. And what you were doing.
I actually have a friend who has a purse. He tore the Gucci tag off it and is calling it a satchel.
All right,
Why would you rip the Gucci tag off at first?
okay, that's a violation just on the Gucci tag alone, but on the fact that he's got a purse calling it a satchel, dude, just buy a freaking bag. You can buy this. It's a computer bag, and you can call that a satchel, and you will not be thought of in any weird light. Like, just saying.
Well, I don't think of him in a weird light. I just like to bust his balls and make fun of him for it.
You should. You should. It's an absolute violation.
It's an absolute must. I'm sorry.
All right, so let's get back to this. All right, so with that be, Mike Flaherty chimed in, who's another Devils fan.
Oh, jeez.
I love it. I love seeing Devils fans in torment. It's wonderful. It's awesome. It's
Well, what did Mike
glorious.
say?
Oh, and nothing. He just put out a meme of Simon from American Idol.
It's a no from me. Of course he did.
I
think they can.
Here's the thing, though. I think they will. And the reason why is call me crazy, but when it comes to the more clutch moments, the Flyers have actually come through a lot more than the Devils have.
Definitely.
The Devils have absolutely failed on multiple clutch occasions. Meanwhile, the Flyers have had bullshit thrown at them and have caused their own fair share of their own bullshit, but they've rebounded from it. The Devils, ever since they went on that skid, have not been the same. Yes, they had a little bit of a run there, and they were trying to make a run, but they never got back into the division. They've only ever been in the wild card. They got all the way down to the last wild card spot, and they have barely managed to get close enough to get out of it. I'm just saying, that's pretty bad. That's a real bad degrade considering the fact that you were leading the division at one point this year. That's a bad, bad downgrade.
Probably.
By the way, that's where Nunavut is. Nunavut.
It's actually
Oh, he's not kidding. He is in the Arctic Circle.
Wow.
Christ.
Oh, my. Woo. Are you near Greenland or are you not? That is the real
That's
question.
the real question. Because
Yeah.
How the fuck did you find us?
And the fact that you have internet.
Hey, listen,
and
who
cable
cares how he
work-
found us? He found us.
Hey, you found us,
Warren,
man.
you're part of the family now, bro.
Welcome, man. Welcome.
He actually just commented in. You're probably not going to like it, Maddie. He says, I think Devils beat Criers. And by the Criers, I'm pretty sure he means Flyers.
Ha!
Ooh.
First of all, the Flyers aren't.
Ah.
First of all, the Flyers aren't criers. The Flyers aren't criers, by the way. They're actually resilient if you've been looking at the season. And also the Devils, they've kind of been on the skids. Let's just call it what it is. They've had their flashes of moments here. But I said this again. They were in the division for the entire first half of the year. They were leading the division at one point. And then they started to fall apart. And they have never managed to get out of that last wild card spot once. I'm just saying, look at how their season went. If that doesn't prove that this team is bound to wind up being just a wild card and not get back into the division, that should pretty much tell you everything you need to know. That should tell you everything you need to know about this Devils team. They do not have enough to play an entire season.
I
It's
mean, they're still
showing.
hanging. Like, I'll give the Devils credit. They're hanging around.
That's fine. They're hanging in there. But they've never been able to get anywhere closer to the division since they went down to the wild card.
And that's okay. I mean, the Metro Division is the best division in the NHL right now.
Yes.
There's so much competition. It's so tight. And this Devils team was not expected to be where they are right now.
Not at all.
They were expected to be a bottom feeder the entire season.
We wrote them off.
And we
All of
did.
us did, yeah.
We did. Even Rob wrote them off. But you know what? The fact that they're in the fight, they're in the bubble, they're sitting in what, wild card 2?
Wild card 2.
Wild card 2? It says a lot about where this team is. And you know what? I dig it because you know what? It's more competition. It's more competition for the Flyers to see. It will make the Flyers better in the long
Yep,
run.
Definitely.
No. We already have enough competition in these guys.
Well,
and the Capitals.
And that's fine. But
and
listen, the Capitals are on their way down.
all right,
They're
yeah.
they're getting old. Nick Backstrom, he's starting to get on the tail end, even though he's still playing tremendous hockey.
Oh, yeah.
He's gonna start finding the bottom end of his career. He's gonna start coming out of his prime. Ovechkin, we'll see what happens with him. But they're gonna start coming down. Their window is closing rapidly.
Oh,
Within the
there's no
next
doubt.
2 years, Caps are gonna have to rebuild. Penguins might be in that same spot.
They're in the same spot because, I mean, think about it. I mean, obviously we have Crosby till 2027 or something like that.
His entire career,
'cause you
Yeah,
know what that
he'll be
means?
37 by the time so it's not 27. It'd be like
No.
24, whatever it is.
You know what that
Um,
means, though? That means that while the Penguins and the Caps go down, that means the Flyers go up, the fucking Devils go up. Oh, and the Blue Jackets go up, too, by the way.
Oh, Blue
I
Jackets.
think the
already
Blue
on the
Jackets
way.
are they're still, but they still got a little ways to go. But they're almost there.
Yeah.
Christ.
They put together a really good team this offseason. They made a couple of really good moves at the deadline.
Mhm.
They're going to be a strong team for a few years.
And,
But I think the Flyers and the Devils building their team from the inside, basically from the AHL, these teams are going to be legit contenders for probably as long as the Rangers have been,
that's not good.
as long as the Capitals have been,
That's not good.
as long as the Penguins have been.
No, that's not good because the fucking Devils have such a good track record against us. Why does it have to be the Devils? Couldn't it be somebody else? Seriously, I'd rather deal with Columbus at a hype period than the fucking Devils again. Seriously, we already had to deal with it once. That was bad enough. That was like the fucking Dark Ages. I don't want to go back to that. I don't want them fucking Devils anywhere near us. As a matter of fact, I wanted the Devils to be gone. When they were on their skid, I wanted them to be sold, out of the league, never to be seen again. Just a gruesome chapter on the history of the NHL. And I think we can all agree, gruesome period that the Devils were dominating in. I hated that period of time.
And
Awful period.
that was a good, what, 10, 12 years?
No, not. I don't think 10. I think it maybe like 5 or 6. Like, because
Well, you had the Stanley Cup in 93. Or not 93.
No, that was the
what year
Montreal
was it?
Canadiens. They won the
95?
cup in '95 after
That's it.
after the Rangers won. But here's the thing though, they won that. That was a cup they won on just pure intimidation. And pure just hitting, beating, and trap defense. That's all they wanted on. And Marty Brodeur.
And that's fine. And that was enough to get him a cup.
That was.
But you go from 95, which is basically the time where they really started, and then you go to 95, 96, 97. All these years, this team was competitive until they got to
2000s,
another
yeah.
Stanley Cup in 2000, and then they got to another Stanley Cup in 2003.
Well, to be fair, though, they
Yeah.
didn't dominate really until the early 2000s. Because here's the thing, though. The following year, they didn't make the playoffs in 96. The year after that, they did, but they lost to the New York Rangers in the first round. And then after that, they still were trying to get all of their players back into the footing because they still had the players from that cup. But that was when before Peter Sikora came into his own, before Brian Gianna came into his own, before any of them before Scott Gomez came into his own. Once they all got together, and Patrick Elias along with that, once they all got together, that was when the Devils started dominating. That was when the Devils started being that team to beat. Plus, you had Brodeur in the net, and then you had that piece of shit Scott Stevens and Scott Niedermayer, who I respected. I'm not going to say I liked him, and I respected Brodeur, but that piece of shit, Scott Stevens.
You liked him when he left.
Oh, it was fine when he left. It was irrelevant because the Flyers sucked that year anyway. So when the Anaheim Ducks won the cup, it did not matter to us at all.
Well, my point being is, they had that run for the most part from 95 to 2003.
Yeah.
Maybe a little bit more than that. So you're looking at roughly 10 years, 8 to 10, maybe 12 years. The Flyers could be in a situation where that could be them. Maybe take a couple cups along the way. Because the way that Ron Hextall is building this team, he's building it to win for years.
Yes, but here's my worry. We had that kind of a team in the 90s. And you know what happened? We ran into the Devils, and we lost to them every fucking time.
Yeah, but I think the team that Ron Hextall is building is the team that the LA Kings had at one point.
Okay.
A deep team, a team that's going to compete every night. You're going to have depth scoring. You're going to have good defense. And the Flyers are in a great fucking position for goaltending coming up.
Yeah.
You have Carter Hart that's
Yeah.
going to be up a year, maybe 2 tops. You just signed Sandstrom to the entry-level contract. They're expecting Sandstrom to be better than Hart. Tell me that's not a good situation to be in.
Oh, it's a great situation.
Ron, listen, I know Flyers fans are getting impatient. They're ready to win now. But
Which they have the potential to.
yes, they
know.
do. But wait for Morgan Frost. Wait for Philip Meyer, Sam Moran, Pascal Labarge, Carter Hart. This team is going to be very hard to beat and very competitive in the next top 2 years.
Well, that's fine and all, and I'm happy with that, and I love that fact. But I have my concerns. And you have to have your concerns because the problem.
Well, of course.
But that's the problem. And I say this because let's take a look at a rivalry on this side. For example, how many times have the Washington Capitals?
He touched the butt.
Let's talk about this. Let's talk about this, though. How many times have the Washington Capitals had a really great team against the Pittsburgh Penguins?
Every year.
And how many times has the story been true that the Penguins have beaten the Washington Capitals?
Every time but one.
Pretty much.
And that is the story that I am hoping we can avoid in the near future, because that's exactly what I'm concerned of with this fucking Devils team. That's why I want this team dead in the water as soon as possible. I don't care. Next time we face them, I want them to clip Taylor Hall's leg right off of him. Have that shit off so he can never play again. Fuck him. Get him off the team as soon as fucking possible. Oh, get rid of Kyle Palmieri, too, because he has nothing but he does nothing
Scored
but
his
score.
34th tonight.
Like, I don't want anything to do with Kyle Palmieri either.
yeah, and you
by
know
the
what
way.
happened? Fucking Ducks traded him just as he broke out.
Maroon.
Well,
No, Palmieri.
Oh, Palmieri.
to be fair, I wish the
And
Ducks
just-
had kept him.
But
But anyway.
me too. But anyway, yeah. I mean, you got the you basically have your roster set up. You have the players in place. Maybe a veteran or two,
Yeah.
here and there. But Hacksaw's not going to be the coach for this team in the long run. He's not going to. He's here to develop talent, to let Ron Hextall know who's ready, who's not ready. With the right coach in place, and this is where I think Washington has a huge problem. Love Barry Trotz as a coach. I think he's great.
I think he's.
I like understandable. I like Bruce Boudreau as a head coach.
Another dish.
Yeah.
That was his
I'll
coach,
agree to that one. I'll agree to that one.
Capitals coaches. Douche.
But these guys have great regular season records as head coaches.
Yep.
Great regular seasons. Look at every team they
Get to the playoffs.
they
and
always get to the
Yep.
playoffs and then they fucking disappear.
Yep. All the time.
And with the right coach in place, I don't think it's going to matter for the Flyers because they are the best farm system in the NHL for a reason.
Yeah.
This is true.
They are legit number one.
And to be fair, too, the Devils are not the same Devils as they used to be.
No.
It's not a trap zone defense anymore, which used to kill the Flyers every single time. That was what was the biggest reason why. That and Brodeur, but at the same time, though, that trap zone was the worst fucking thing. No one could beat it. Very few people could. Unless you had a team that was as stacked as Colorado, you really were fucked. Because
I remember the
that's
first time
how
I
it
saw
was.
that. Everybody was freaking out. It was like, what the hell are they doing? Looks like a 1-3-1. That's a trap. So?
No, but that's the thing.
That should be illegal. Well, clearly
well,
it's not.
Here's the thing, though. No, it shouldn't be illegal. If anything, it's a smart system to have. It's a brilliant
it is.
system because it very rarely got beat. The only reason why the Rangers were able to beat it was because the refs were on their side in that series in '97, which I'll be completely honest with you, they were. And then they managed to go to the Cup and beat the Detroit Red Wings because the Red Wings, quite frankly, they thought the Cup was just going to be handed to them. They were arrogant going into that, and they got fucking destroyed. And you want to know why? Because they were fucking stupid. They thought they were just going to get the Cup handed to them, and they got their asses kicked because of it.
Well, that sounds like fun.
Well, that's also what happened to the Flyers in '97.
But yeah, anyway, with the right coach in place, with the team that they're gonna have, Flyers are gonna be a very competitive team for a long, long time.
All right, so now let's get retracked here. That is the future, and I'm looking forward to that. But let's focus on this season.
Yes, Tim is here. Tim, I've been waiting for you.
All right. Oh, and by the way, Warren chimed in.
I got backup.
By the way, Warren chimed in. He says, I'm on the west coast of the Hudson Bay. That is where he is living.
Yeah, that's like super north,
Yeah.
freaking Canada.
That's awesome.
He's
I
got
love
like
it.
reindeer,
I love it.
reindeer and
Do you-
caribou and stuff. That's pretty awesome.
Do you have
actually.
a pet reindeer? I would like to know. Please let me know
That would
if
be
you
pretty
have a pet
interesting
reindeer.
if you do. I mean,
That would be awesome, by the way.
Tim, I've been waiting for you. Comments, I'm here. Go Coyotes today and Ducks tomorrow. Yes.
By the way, the Penguins, Wilkes-Barre Scranton Penguins, that is actually 4th overall in the AHL right now.
That's
And
wonderful.
Anaheim is in the bottom 5.
That's
Ooh.
because they don't develop their farm
'Cause
system.
Bob-
They just put
No,
their
because
teams
Bob
on
Murray's
the
like,
farm.
all right, you're ready. Let's go.
They just draft people and throw them on the Ducks and see what happens. What's
What's
the
wrong
word?
with that?
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm not
I
saying
like
there's
it.
anything wrong
Well,
with
I mean,
it.
the Flyers did that with Provorov.
Which
They
worked
did that
out.
with. Well, they didn't really do that with Konechny. They gave him a year.
Give him a year, but they put him on the team. They did it with
I'm blanking on. There's somebody else.
there is. And then what the hell? Why am I blanking on this shit?
It wasn't
God damn.
Gostisbehere.
No, they waited fucking forever for Gostisbehere.
Well, he played for Union, and then I think he played a year in the AHL, and then he came up,
He got hurt,
blew out his knee, and then went back.
and then they took their sweet time bringing him back up.
Yeah, but
Blue Jackets
Anyway.
still up 3-0. God damn it.
yeah. Well, apparently Calgary is, whatever.
He's like, I don't care.
Warren.
Fuck Calgary.
Warren does not have a pet reindeer, but he has caribou and no trees.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of cool.
That's I lied. Shit. That's
Just
awesome.
open up and seeing all that flat land. Is it flat land out there? Up there?
Is it? It should be covered with snow, wouldn't it?
I would say it's cold.
I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's a given. It's
I was
cold.
talking. I was
Yeah.
talking to James Wilder earlier. You're saying it was snowing. Meanwhile, I'm driving around listening to Breaking Benjamin with my windows down and shorts and a
here.
t-shirt.
Okay, if you're listening to Breaking Benjamin, what song were you listening to?
One of their new ones.
Oh, okay. So I'm more of an old school guy. when it comes to
Diary of
Breaking
Jane.
Their new one's pretty
Benjamin.
good.
Like, yeah, Diary of Jane, Firefly, the good stuff right there.
The new one is pretty good.
I do have to listen to it.
Tundra.
You do.
Tundra, so it's snow. There we go.
Oof.
Snow and ice.
It's probably like minus 15 degrees there.
Probably.
Or wait, they go by Celsius, so it's probably I don't know how to convert that.
I don't think I want to know.
I kind of do.
Weren't you a
How
major
cold
in
is it
science?
there right now?
Weren't you a major in science?
Fuck no.
Aren't you a meteorologist, Mike Klankoff?
I am. I would love to be a meteorologist. Honestly, I can always be wrong and get paid no matter what. That's what I live for.
It's not
If
what
I
we
can be
all live
wrong
for.
all the time and get paid. Why not?
Yeah, seriously. I thought it was gonna freaking be cloudy and rain all day, and
We barely got rain today, and it was sun coming
dude,
out.
I
So-
canceled my golf trip, and I'm just like, all right, well, sun's not coming out. I get a shower, come out, fucking sun's out. I'm like, son of a bitch.
I could have teed off today.
Okay, so, and then Timothy chimed in. He said, what happened to the Ducks versus Vancouver? Should have picked up a win. Could have had a huge run for us.
I don't know.
Oh, my God.
I didn't even get to see the game to know what happened. I didn't even want to watch the highlights. I just saw it was 4-1.
You're like,
That was the
"Fuck
final.
this."
I'm like,
Oh.
I don't even want to know.
But-
I don't even want to know.
you know what? Fuck this.
You don't
Go
even
on my
know.
phone.
You don't
I'm
even
over this.
know.
I'm going to bed.
Going to bed. Screw this. I'm done.
Not turning on anything tonight.
Anaheim Ducks fans' problems. 91 points in the standings, which are actually the same amount as Columbus has, which is going to be fucking 93. God damn it. Son of a bitch.
Fucking Flames.
Oh, my God.
Fucking Flames.
God damn
Guess
it,
their fucking
Flames.
flame wasn't lit tonight.
No, it certainly wasn't. Pun intended, I'm sure.
Definitely.
It hasn't been lit all season. They've been eliminated.
They have been because they're trailing Anaheim by a freaking 11 points.
Yeah.
Well, now soon to be 7 games, kid.
Actually, by the way, you should be thanking us
I-
because they're trailing you by 1 point, the Colorado Avalanche, and we stiffed them with giving them no points. So you should be thanking us right now.
a hard stiff.
You got no comment. No comment. Oh. Oh, man.
This is awkward.
See, this is the moment.
Can we start talking about hockey again, please?
Sure, we'll talk about stiff sticks. All right. Anyway.
I need mine to have a little flex in it.
Talk about the flex of an 85.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Covers
somebody
everything.
please comment in.
Oh,
Please.
It overshadows a lot, I will say.
But thank you. I already knew that. I wasn't going to thank you yet because it's not like your win eliminated them.
No, but
But you're-
but it put them closer to elimination.
A little bit.
Hey,
One
every
step
little
closer
bit
to the
counts.
edge.
Every little bit counts in this race for you guys. And I apologize that we couldn't do it against Dallas,
Poor
but it
Ducks.
doesn't really matter. They're trailing
Dallas
you by
isn't
5.
yeah, I'm not worried
So
about
it doesn't
Dallas.
really matter. Yeah,
Anaheim can beat Dallas.
this is true. Actually, most people can beat Dallas,
You would
except
think.
the fucking Flyers.
No.
Yeah, you would think, and the Flyers fucking
No, it's
lose.
since that playoff series a couple years ago. Anaheim has owned Dallas. The one where they came back and won in Game 7. Came back and won in overtime. They were down like 3 or 4-0, 5-1, something. I
That was
forget the actual
that
score,
was
but
2 years ago, wasn't it?
it was about 2 years ago.
Yeah, semifinals, if I stand correct, because Dallas
Mhm.
beat Minnesota, and you guys beat, was it Los Angeles?
I don't remember who we beat in the first round, but I remember that comeback against Dallas.
No, it wasn't Los Angeles because San Jose beat Los Angeles that year. Who did you guys beat 2 years ago? I'm trying to remember. Damn it, I'm stumped.
Maybe that was the year we beat Nashville.
Maybe.
I think that was the year we actually beat Nashville before we got.
Because in the next year, you got beat by
Tim's chiming in saying we also need the Blues to lose because if we don't win tomorrow, They could take our last guard spot. I don't want them to take our spot.
No.
Who do they play tomorrow? I don't even know the schedule. I don't even know the lineup for tomorrow.
Well, let's take
Listen,
a look.
I'm slacking lately.
That's not good, dude. You got to pick that shit up.
Said the Blackhawks. He
Said
thinks.
the Blackhawks. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if they could beat
Wow,
the Blackhawks.
Blackhawks are winning 6-2 over Winnipeg.
Winnipeg.
Yes.
Winnipeg's coasting right now. They don't give a shit. They're fucking qualified.
like,
What do they
"Ah."
need to worry about? They're going to go face the Minnesota Wild in the first round. They got nothing to worry about. Minnesota's been known to go cold when it comes to the playoffs.
True.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
That's Bruce Boudreau for you.
That is true. That is Bruce Boudreau.
There he is.
There he is. Wait, no, he disappeared.
Actually, if
Oh,
anything, he should
shit.
be your favorite NHL head coach, by the way, Mikey.
Any Capitals coach.
Well, yeah, because they have.
Well, Dale Hunter was
they're-
there. They sucked.
Well, yeah.
Oh, my God. That was
Oh,
horrible.
wow. Yeah, you talk about a fail on all regards.
They're like, all right, we're gonna bring in this
Yeah.
ex-player. He
Yeah.
knows the system, knows how they play.
Oh, by the way.
He's a Capital
Yes!
through and through.
Yes.
Oh, and he was also a piece of shit, too.
Oh,
through
he
and
was
through, along
horrible.
With
He was
that,
a
by the
dick.
way. God, no one liked Dale Hunter, and understandably so if you ever watched any of the old games when he was playing. God.
Listen, man.
There's a Capital you wanted to just die on the freaking ice was Dale Hunter.
the ex-players,
Ugh,
man.
I don't even wanna
Sometimes
think
they just
about that
can't
one,
be
Tim.
coaches for their old teams.
No, this is true. This is why Lemieux never coached the Penguins. I think he understood.
He could just own them, and
Yeah, I
you could
think
stay
he
there.
understood
Stay up
that
in the
that's why.
box. Own them. I'm cool with
See,
that.
the Flyers never learned that lesson. They had old coaches coach them, and that shit never worked out for them. What is it? They had Terry Murray. They got to the Stanley Cup Finals in '97, got fucking crushed. What is it? Paul Holmgren coached the team to the Eastern Conference Finals, or the Wales Finals at the time, got beat by the fucking Canadians. Oh, that's fucking great. They went on to win the Stanley Cup that year, too. What the fuck? Like, seriously. God damn it.
God damn it.
It's like, seriously.
So Tim chimed in. We beat the Hawks 2 years ago in the first round, then lost the Game 7 to the Kings. Hate the Kings. That feeling is very, very mutual.
It's still near and
Especially-
dear. It still hurts them every day.
Was that the same year? No, that wasn't the same year we lost to the Kings in the Western Conference Final. That's when my hatred for the Kings started to really brew.
Oh, no, wait. Was that the year Timo Solani retired?
I think that was 2 years later.
2 years
A
later?
year or two
Timu?
later. Timu, you know.
Yeah, Timu.
The best player to ever wear the number 8, in my opinion. That's right. I said it.
All right.
Nah, I'm definitely going Timu over Reki as
No,
much as I
For
love
those who
Reki.
haven't noticed.
Recchi all fucking day. No.
Oh, you
I
were my
love
surprise.
Reki, but Timu was such a great player.
Oh, no,
man.
he's a great player. I've taken nothing from him but Recchi. Recchi's the man.
Homer.
For those that are watching,
Fuck yeah.
for those of you that are watching and notice that Matt is actually sitting in the middle tonight and not having the Reki jersey there, Reki finally made it onto the goat wall.
He did.
He
and
made
did-
it.
He should have been on there
He
from
made
day
it.
one. That was a fail on A2D's
Well
part, I
deserved.
will
Well
say.
deserved.
Ooh.
No, it's not a fail. We had to find a spot.
Shots to upper management.
No, no, that wasn't a shot at upper
You hear that, Tom?
management. That wasn't a
Take
shot.
that one.
That wasn't a shot.
Hockey is a real sport.
It is. But anyway.
He said yes. That was the year Timu retired.
Good call.
Good call.
See, I remember.
I don't. My
No,
memory's
no,
so
because you
bad.
want to actually drill that out of your head. You
I'm
probably beat
trying.
yourself up against how
In
many
your
brick walls to forget that.
head.
Because I'll be honest with you, that kind of broke my heart, too, to see Timu retire and to see the Kings go on to win. However, I can't complain too much because the Kings did beat the New York Rangers in the Stanley Cup Finals, and oh, thank God they did, because I would have never wanted to hear the freaking end of that.
But you
when
know
the
what?
Rangers win the damn Stanley Cup.
But you know what? His name's on the Stanley Cup. That's what matters.
Bingo.
And it's with the Ducks.
Now, if only my favorite player ever got his name on the cup,
All right, well, you can blame the Devils for that. But anyway.
off the floor and on the board, best fucking play ever.
Game 7.
Game 7.
I remember that game.
Knocked him out. He was out cold, too.
By that piece of shit,
He was
Scott
done.
Stevens.
He just took the hit right here, fell down, and just didn't move for about 10 minutes.
Have I said fuck you, Scott Stevens? Fuck you, Scott Stevens. It just feels good to say
Wait,
that.
what's you say?
I said fuck you, Scott Stevens.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you.
Just feels good to say. Rolls right off the tongue just perfectly. Anyway.
Scott Stevens.
Scott Stevens, you're despicable.
Oh, man. Who would have thought, though, that his defensive partner would have helped you guys win a Stanley Cup, too?
Hey!
That's the funny part, though. Anyway.
We're going to talk about the real El Capitan right there. Yeah.
All right, so Let's see here. What do Anaheim have left on their schedule? Because the Flyers, we already went through what they have left on theirs.
But I don't know.
We might as well go through it because we've already covered what the Flyers had to deal with. And we've already broke down the playoffs to God knows how many. Well, actually, hold on. We haven't broken down a Boston versus Devils series because the Boston Bruins are number 1 currently in the Atlantic.
I don't like that.
What?
That.
What, the Flyers versus...
Why not?
Because
Why?
I don't want a 7-game series against you guys.
Dude,
You really think it's going to go 7?
You're gonna,
I don't.
Dude, you're
I
gonna...
think it would.
Let's be honest.
Just because we went 4-0
Only if
with
the Flyers
season
won.
doesn't mean shit.
No, I agree.
No, here's the truth, and I hate to say this, but you would win just based on goaltending. Because our goaltending, and no offense to Mrazek, he has plenty of playoff experience, but Matt Murray beats Mrazek. Let's just call it what it is.
But the
Ever
defense
since-
needs to play well in front of Mrazek for him to play well, too.
That too.
Ever
yes.
since Murray has come back from his concussion, I think he's let up 3+ goals in every single game.
Okay, but he'll snap
He's
out
still a
of
little
that.
lightheaded. Suffering from a little bit of vertigo.
Yeah.
All right, well, you
That
know
is
what?
not true, by the way.
You know what? Actually, it might not even
Hopefully
be a
not.
good idea then to start Murray at all if that series happens because you know what happens
We
to
all
Murray
know
when
what
the
happens to Murray
when
against the
Flyers are
Flyers.
playing. Oh, God.
What? It's usually something along the lines of Jake Voracek's knee finds the side of his helmet.
Oh, that's
Something
Who
along
was
those
it
lines.
before? It was Voracek. I think Braden Shen crashed into him the year before
God,
that.
that was a little bit ago.
Well, I mean, Braden Shen
Uh,
was that guy. He just crashed a net. That's where he.
I hate
He
him
got in
now,
front of the
by
net
way.
and he just
Braden
sat there.
Shen's officially on my shit list because that fucker couldn't put up a decent goddamn season for us. And now look what he
Look
does.
at St.
He was a good
Louis.
special
But look at the
teams.
guys he's playing with.
So what?
I mean, he played with Giroux and Voracek. for
Yeah,
a
he
while.
played with Drew Voracek. What he said. Like,
I'm
seriously.
taking Tarasenko every day.
All
Listen, I'm taking him twice on Sunday.
All right. Yes, Tarasenko's a great player. We're not denying that.
No, listen, honestly, though, on a trueness, though, obviously Tarasenko's a scorer, but, I mean, for a guy like Braden Shen, you want a guy like Giroux who has fucking 66 assists this year.
Yes.
He leads the league in that. So, I mean,
Third in points.
yeah. I mean, I'm taking Giroux, honestly, as like a full-on guy.
Uh-huh. And he matched his
I
career
love
high.
Love
this
Tarasenko.
He's
year.
going to pass it.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
no
he's
doubt.
going to pass. Yeah.
I love
and that's the best
Tarasenko.
part of
Let's see
it.
if he can break 100. I think he can. He's got how many? 91? 92? Somewhere around there?
What, Drew?
Points?
I
Yeah.
think he has 93.
Oh, well, then that's
He
higher than
ti-
I thought.
he-
Then he's
he
definitely going
tied
to
his career high.
I think he could definitely break 100.
If he breaks 100 this year, it's official. Giroux goes down in history as one of the best Flyers captains in history. He already is.
Yeah, he sucks, right?
Yeah.
He sucks.
He
We
does.
should trade him.
He's on the level of Eric Lindros, and he is on the level of Bobby Clark, at least for this era. I'm not going to say that he is the exact same player. He's not. He's not the exact same player. And actually, it's a good thing he's not the exact same player because he doesn't cry like Lindros does. And Lindros did cry a lot.
You're
So-
you probably are the one that can answer this question. Tim chiming in saying, if the Golden Knights win the cup, will Marc-Andre Fleury be the first goalie to win 3 cups in a row? Because I'm thinking back.
No.
Well, what happened with
Well, here's the
won't
thing. Like
be.
I'm thinking back of like Montreal, who's won multiple Stanley Cups in a
It
row.
won't be.
The
No.
Islanders, who won 4 in a row.
No, because the Islanders and the Canadians had the same goalie during their
Well,
dynasties.
that's what I was curious about. Because they had Montreal won 5 in a row, and I wasn't sure if they
He
were
might-
all the same goalie.
With Ken Dryden.
And
he was in
then
goal.
with the Islanders, I know they won 4 in a row in the 80s. Was that the same goalie?
He
Billy
might
Smith,
be.
yep.
He might be the first to win 3 in a
in
row
this era.
as playing with a different team
He would be the first one to
for a
do it.
goaltender.
He'd be the first one to do it since Billy Smith did it. And Billy Smith did it with the New York Islanders. And that was back in the 1980 through
Yeah, 80,
84
yeah, yeah.
dynasty that the New York Islanders had. So it's been a long time since that's ever been accomplished.
Yeah.
So Marc-Andre Fleury can actually accomplish something that only legendary goalies have accomplished. And actually, he would have a leg up on both Brodeur, and he'd have a leg up on Waugh, because neither one of them were able to win 3 in a row at all at any point in time. Actually, Waugh and Brodeur never even won 2 in a row. Brodeur tried, but he failed because Waugh stopped him from doing it. But still, they never won 2 in a row.
Mm-hmm. By the way, good call on that 93 points on the season so far for Giroux, who is tied with Malkin now for third place.
Ooh, there we go. I like it. Tying
and
him.
you know what, though? I'm going to talk about the games real quick. Malkin has 4 less games played, but the guy right behind him with 1 point below them two is Nathan McKinnon, who's only played 69 games this season, who has 92 points.
Oh, thank God we stopped him.
And obviously, Connor McDavid, again, back-to-back seasons, 100 points. Or no, yes.
It's just a
He
shame.
had 102. 102 so far this year.
Boy, it's a shame Edmonton sucks.
I know. I'm looking at his profile picture. He's like, man, why the fuck do I play for this team?
No, I feel bad because it's just like, at its core, Edmonton is not a bad team on paper, but fuck if they could ever figure it the fuck out. Like, seriously, Edmonton gets to the playoffs 1 year. 1 year. They get to the semifinals, and then that's it. They miss the playoffs the following year. I mean, what is wrong with you guys? You guys, even when you're supposed to be winning, you lose. Edmonton, what happened? It used to be such a glorious place to be a hockey fan. The team that Gretzky made, the team that won 5 cups, one without Gretzky, by the way. What happened? Did you guys just decide to, take a vow of celibacy of never getting back to the Stanley Cup Finals? Because, well, you got back once, and you couldn't beat a Carolina Hurricanes team. And to be fair, though, they were the better team in that series. But still, and Cam Ward was phenomenal that year. Rookie year, too. That's the crazy part of it. Damn.
Crazy.
Last rookie to win a Stanley Cup other than Matt Murray.
Yeah. Although I'm pretty sure, Brian.
Although Matt Murray was the youngest to ever win a Stanley Cup, right?
Please.
19?
Stop.
Was he that young? Was he not?
He was
No,
like
I don't
19,
think
20?
he was 19.
Stop. I don't want to hear any more about Matt
He's probably
Murray.
like 21, 2020, something like that.
2020.
Maybe. Something like that.
That's hindsight.
Anyway, all right, so we're going to go to a break.
No.
Yeah, I know. When we come back, our therapy session continues. And when it does, we'll talk about the Bruins versus the Devils. And we'll also talk more about, is it possible that the Vegas Golden Knights, is there anybody that can stop them in the Western Conference? Could Marc-Andre Fleury win 3 in a row and be the first goalie to do it since Billy Smith did it with the New York Islanders?
I can think of one.
All right. We'll go back to it on the other side.
Yeah, bring it back on the other
But
side.
first, we are brought to you by Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. You can call it 856-939-2030. Email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com. This is the Hockey Happy Hour on HUDRadio.com. Don't go anywhere, folks. We are leaving on Facebook, but you can catch the rest on YouTube, and we'll have the link in the comments. So join us on YouTube. We'll see you guys right after this.
Hi, folks. Bob Mannery here. You're listening to A2D Radio, real sports talk radio for the fans, by the fans, no agenda. These guys are the best in the business. Hashtag it. No notes.
A2DRadio.com is sponsored by the Sports Outlet for all your sporting needs. Located 703 Black Horse Pike in Glendora, New Jersey. Give them a call at 856-939-2030 or email them at sportsoutletnj@comcast.net or visit them on the web at www.sportsoutletinc.com for all your sporting needs. The Sports Outlet.
HUDRadio.com is proudly sponsored by Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants. Gibson Mayer, located in Yardley, PA, is a leading accounting and business consulting firm with a proven track record of handling critical issues with expertise across many different industries, including construction, distribution, hospitality, manufacturing, real estate, service trades, merchandising, professional services, and professional athletes. Give them a call at 215-369-3300. That's 215-369-3300. Your initial consultation is always free, and if you tell them that Tom and Mike from AM and the PM sent you, you'll receive 15% off all income tax services completed by February 15th. That's Gibson Mayer LLC Certified Public Accountants, 215-369-3300, or visit them on the web at www.gibsonmayer.com. That's gibsonmayer.com.
Hey, do you need to get your skills in shape? Then contact the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. You can give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. John Scanzano offers individual, semi-private, and team training lessons in hitting, pitching, catching, outfield, along with turf rentals. The Scanzano Sports Center is equipped with a 31,000 square foot indoor facility, 4 batting cages, and a 4,000 square foot strengthening and conditioning room. So what are you waiting for? Contact the Scanzano Sports Center today.
You're listening to the Hockey Happy Hour, only on A2DRadio.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Hockey Happy Hour. We are live from the BMW Atlantic City Studios here in Mount from New Jersey. And we are brought to you by Gibson Mayer LLC, your certified public accountants, located at 301 Oxford Valley Road in Yardley, PA. And you can give them a call, 215-369-3300. Hey, guess what? The deadline is almost here, so be ready, be prepared, and call Gibson Mayer.
Ow.
What? I had to do it now. It was about time. Overdue, I would say.
Well overdue.
Thank you, Brian.
Damn. All right, Brian.
It's going to be like that now. All right, so with that being
I got
said.
nothing but love for you, Mikey.
Oh, I'm sure. No, I'm kidding.
So with
Just
that.
when you're not wearing that jersey.
Just kidding.
Just kidding.
Oh, you know what's not kidding? The playoffs. Because it's pretty much about to happen. It's literally the day after WrestleMania. That's the beauty of it.
April 11th is day number 1.
Oh, I can't wait. So excited.
Wait, isn't WrestleMania on the 8th?
It is. Well, okay, it's the week.
Of.
But still, it happens after WrestleMania. That's the best part
Get
of
off
it.
me. Stupid wire.
So the most important day in wrestling is
wires
going
are
to be
attacking him.
is on one end, and then the other end is going to be the Stanley Cup playoffs, which is awesome. So with that being
I'm
said,
so nervous.
let's get started here. So let's talk about the Bruins and the Devils.
Oh, excuse me.
A team
God
that has
damn.
been pretty much 3-0-0 against this team. The Devils only beat the Devils they were competitive games at least twice. The other game was a 5-3 win for the Bruins. So I'm looking at a Bruins victory here. Do you say this in 5?
I say in 6.
In 6?
Yeah, I would be more towards 6. It would definitely could be like an overtime 5th win, game 5 win for the Devils to keep them alive to force a game 6, and I think Boston beats them in New Jersey.
All
Game
right.
6.
Good. Just digs the knife a little deeper. I like it.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, and they're home.
Yep.
With the home crowd.
Yep, with the home
Yeah.
crowd. All them frauds get to go home upset that the Bruins beat the Devils, beat their poor little Devils.
I hate the fact that I picked Boston to go to the Stanley Cup.
Don't we all? I mean,
I didn't do that.
I know you didn't do. No, you didn't.
No.
But I did.
Boston's
I
just
regret
too
it,
next.
but
I mean, even
just
Hudobin's
good.
getting the job done now. It's like Jesus.
Whoa,
Seriously, Anton Hudobin.
When he was a crumb just a couple years ago.
But hold on. Let us remember there is a wild card and a little bit of luck because remember the President's Trophy is still not been awarded yet.
But that means
it means if Boston wins it, they're in trouble. Now maybe not in the first round, but in the encompassing rounds, it could very
I like the word.
possibly
Nice word drop.
it could possibly be a nightmare for the Boston Bruins because guess what happens if they beat the Devils? And a certain team that also wears blue and white beats another team that wears blue and white and faces them in the second round because the second round is division. You face your division no matter what.
Yeah.
That could be the moment that Boston, their season goes right down the shitter. And the other team that could most likely win the Stanley Cup that this guy was originally picking to represent the East might be the team to extinguish the Boston Bruins.
It's possible. I mean, the Bruins beat him tonight 4-2.
Yes, but still.
I'm just saying.
But who does Barry Melrose pick?
That's all.
Listen, that's the better question. That's the better question. Who does Barry Melrose pick? Because I think that's the bigger curse than the President's Trophy.
It might be.
I'm gonna have to try and find that.
I never
he-
like being chosen
Oh, I pray to God
to
he
win something. That's all I would say.
I pray to God he picks Washington just to see what the fuck happens.
would-
He probably does. He probably has.
Well, I can tell you this Alexander Ovechkin is just such a good player. No shit. What happens in the playoffs, though? He hasn't gotten past the fucking second round yet.
And he hasn't even beaten the Penguins once. Christ.
Can you imagine?
And he also got beat by the Flyers in his very first ever playoff
There was
appearance.
like 2 or 3 times, though, that they had a potential game-winning series game against us, and they couldn't finish.
No. Actually, they've done that to, let's see.
Sounds like a personal problem.
It is.
Yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
It's all the gray coming out of Ovi now.
Oh my God, he's younger than I am, and look at how gray he is.
Oh my God!
Yeah,
you
but-
would think that he's like 38, almost 40, but
Yeah, but-
realize that he's 31.
But to be fair, Ovechkin probably has all this stress on him because he understands the fact that he
why
can't get the
he's
job done.
He's going gray quick.
He doesn't have it where
Yeah.
it counts. We all know he doesn't. Sorry, Ovi, but yes.
Oh, I just totally got.
Yeah.
I'm a little late to that party, but I don't think I wanted to be there.
I don't think anybody does. Apparently, Lord Stanley's little hardware mistress doesn't want to either. So.
Oh, that's a good one. I like that one.
We love Maddie.
So with that being said, love you too, Brian. Love you too, man.
Oh, Maddie.
Best guy in the world.
Damn right.
All class. All right, so.
Classless.
All right, so now that we dived into the Bruins Devils fiasco, since that changed, it's Tampa and Toronto. That's a fun series right there. I actually think that series has the potential to go 7. I think
could.
I think it does. I think that the Toronto team is young and hungry and with a lot to prove. I mean, let's be honest. If it wasn't for just last-minute heroics from the Washington Capitals, if that series went 7, the Capitals were fucked. But
Thanks for the update, Tim. Last time he checked, 1-0 Coyotes. Woo! Wait, hang on. Before we go on, can somebody please tell me why? And Tim, if you know the answer to this, please tell me. The Anaheim Ducks fans woo now. It makes 0 sense to me, and it's kind of annoying.
I'm not a whole fan of the wooing.
I mean, I'll woo. I don't care. I'm a follower. I'm not really a leader. So, you know,
Good to
I'm a
know.
sheep. So, I mean, like, they woo, I woo. It's just what I do.
they woo, I woo. It's just what I do. All that rhymed.
I'm a poet. I didn't even know it.
Yep.
Didn't even
But yeah,
know.
I was just curious if anybody like knows why. Like, it's not even just the Ducks that do it. Like, the Flyers do it.
Yeah, the Flyers do it.
Like, I don't get it.
I don't know. I'm not on that bandwagon.
I mean, I know it's a Ric Flair thing, but
That's great and all, but you have to be a 16-time champion to get away with it. Really, that means only the Canadians. Actually, no. Yeah, only the Canadians are allowed to do it. So, just saying. Just saying. They're the only ones who have got ground to do it.
it is very annoying, Tim. I agree.
But who gives a fuck anyway, because the Canadians aren't even in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Anyway, so.
By the way, that's who the
Fuck Carey
Penguins play,
Price.
and we'll lose again too in a couple nights.
What is it with this? It's so weird. What is it with our teams and losing to teams they have no business losing to? Like, seriously.
Because
Penguins-
those teams get off on playing spoiler for some of these
The
teams.
biggest game of the Penguins schedule is 3 games from now, and that's when we play Columbus.
Oh.
We close the season off with Montreal, the Capitals, Columbus, and Ottawa.
Ducks have a huge game against Kings tomorrow. It's a must win for
Penguins
Anaheim.
have to
it
get
is a
6
must-win.
points out of these next 3
Where's,
games.
So do the
4
Flyers.
games.
Flyers have to get points out of these next games coming up. What are you saying?
Just want to see how many points the Kings have.
The Kings have, if the
Throw up one.
hold on. Whoops.
91.
There we go.
All right,
91.
so we're
It's like
tied.
they are
God, can you
tied.
imagine
We're
that
tied.
fucking matchup again? Kings and
Whoever
Sharks.
listen, this matchup can't happen. Every time this matchup, whoever wins goes to the freaking cup.
Wins.
That cannot happen.
Well, actually, no, that's not true. The Kings have won when this matchup happens. The Sharks have not. So actually,
Well, the year the Sharks went, they beat the Kings
yeah,
in
but,
round 1.
Yeah, but they lost in the Stanley Cup Finals. The Kings beat the Sharks in the
No,
first
but you
round.
still get there.
All right, they still got there, but it doesn't really mean anything if you don't win. Just saying.
I'm with you, Brian.
I
We don't
just-
listen to
listen,
this
I don't
guy
want-
anymore.
I just
Why the fuck do you care? You guys beat the fucking Sharks. Why
It was
the
a scary
fuck?
season.
You
series.
lost one fucking game. One. All right, you know what? I'm wrong. You lost two. All
Two
right.
terrible games.
Yes, but you had 2 off
Shouldn't
games.
have lost a 1.
Yeah,
we
I'm
should have
just-
been up
yeah,
3-0 in that
I'm
series.
just saying, you guys had
Bullshit.
you guys just had 2 off games. You pretty much had the series right from the fucking get-go.
I'm not ready for that.
Let's
NFL
call it what it
playoffs
is.
this
Listen,
year.
can
Just say it.
Can I just say this? I don't want to play Nashville in the first round. I don't like that.
So if you do manage to jump Los Angeles, then that means you would face the San Jose Sharks.
I'll take San Jose. We play San Jose well.
You face the Geezers. And
Hey, that's fine. That's fine. All Ryan Getzlaf needs to do is just throw a couple shoulders, and
that ends.
that
back.
kind of like shifts the momentum.
There goes
almost
Joe
permanently.
Pavelski's career.
Joe Thornton's gonna come by and get pumped. Oh, my hip.
Oh.
Oh man.
And
Meanwhile,
Brett Burns will lose more teeth.
by the way, if
Can he
Lo-
lose any more? I don't think he has any left.
He's got the best smile in the NHL.
Yeah, he does.
he does. It's a cool.
Can
smile.
somebody chew my food for me?
He also he had one of the coolest beards too. He still has
He
one of
definitely
coolest
has the best beard in hockey.
Yeah, he does. I think it's safe to say. But
Chewbacca.
yeah.
Chewbacca, yeah,
And meanwhile, and if that matchup does happen with Los Angeles and Nashville, that's actually a pretty interesting series because it might just come down to goaltending. It would come down to possibly Quick versus Rene.
I'm taking Rene. Just with the defense. I like Nashville's
See, here-
defense better.
I
Listen,
lo-
Nashville is.
Nashville's louder, too.
Well, yeah,
I
but that's
just-
because
yeah,
their
I-
fans have proven they're not frauds. But
Yeah.
anyway, that's a different story.
I have another story after this, but
Sure.
I just going to Nashville. That might be the toughest arena to play in all the NHL right now.
Currently.
They
Although
they're
the
coming
Flyers
out
got
in
a-
numbers. They get loud. That one chirp they have where they say the goaltender's name 3 times. It goes, "You suck. It's all your fault. It's all your fault.
Yeah.
You suck." Like that messes with me.
That
How
was
can
so
it not?
annoying.
I don't
Oh,
know
How can
why-
it not mess with the opposing
See,
goaltender?
I was actually upset with that. And you want to know why I was very upset with that? Because Philly didn't do that first. I'm like, that's such a Philly thing to do. Why the fuck did we not do that? Please, somebody, when we are at the games,
Yeah.
get creative. Please get creative and do something to fuck with the goalie. Please. I'm begging you.
Tim Style chiming in on YouTube. He doesn't want the same match. He doesn't want Nashville and Anaheim either.
I mean,
But he says if it does happen, he wants Ryan Kessler to fuck up Ryan Johansson. Yes, please. And I hate that chant too. That was his next comment.
Yeah, but you know what, though? I mean, I go to a lot of Devils games, clearly, because we live in New Jersey, and it's, the closest arena for me.
And probably the
Philly. Oh, no.
For
Never
me,
mind.
No, he'd be.
Scratch that idea. It would
be
New York.
Either way, it's a 50-minute train ride or it's
Listen,
a 55-minute
I'm going to say
drive
this
here,
right
so.
now, and this is going to be a weird thing to say, but you know what? It's a good thing he is a Penguins fan as compared to a Devils fan. And I'm only saying that because I hate the Devils so much, I probably wouldn't even be able to look at you if you were in a Devils jersey. Actually, I don't even think you'd be able to look at yourself in the mirror. You'd be ashamed. You would just hang your head in shame, just like, I'm a fucking Devils fan. This shit's awful. Why the fuck do I have to be part of a shitty team?
I would have saw like 3 Stanley Cups in my life. Again.
Well, yeah, but at the same time, though, you would be a part of one of the most fraudish fan bases that's ever existed. Is it worth it?
Yeah, I mean, considering when I
Are
go
you-
to games and it's louder for Penguins goals than it is for Devils.
Same thing with
I mean, not
Flyers.
this year, obviously, because they're doing
Listen,
good, so they're all
Penguins-
coming out.
I'll give Penguins fans credit. They travel really well.
They do. I mean, obviously New Jersey's
So do
close,
Ducks fans.
but I mean,
As,
do.
as we have proven.
when I'm at the games, I have a fan to high five with every time I'm there.
Oh, me too.
Always. When I actually went to the Devils opener against Colorado, there was Colorado fans sitting in front of me. I was like, what? Like, I was
Listen,
just so surprised.
in
Like, they
October-
traveled in too.
In October, I went to the Ducks and Flyers game.
Yeah.
My section,
All
I kid
Ducks.
you not, was all freaking Ducks fans.
Yeah.
I'm sitting there, I'm like,
I'm at home.
it's like I'm at the Honda Center.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow. I had like a row behind me, the 2 guys next to my little sister, and then I had another guy next to me. I was like, high five, high five, high five, high five.
It's such a good feeling. Like, literally, was it the first game I went to? First or second game I went to for the Penguins and Devils. Literally, the whole row in front of me, all Penguins fans. It couldn't have been better. And they were all from Pittsburgh. Had such a good time with them. I felt bad. I went with Dean, as I always do for Penguins Devils games. And, him sitting next to me just.
So Tim chiming in once again on YouTube. If we play Nashville and beat them, we should mock their chant following up the series and by saying Trashville, Trashville, Trashville.
I like that. That's actually creative. See, this is what we need to do. We need to get creative with these chants. Please, Philly, get creative with our rivals. Make it so not fun to be there. It's already bad enough you got to deal with Philly fans. Now we're going to chant.
Oh, it was bad, especially when Anaheim started to run up the score.
Yeah.
Like, it got bad in Philly. Like, some guy tried to not really fight, but he had some things to say to another Ducks fan. Then he had another Flyers fan step up and be like, dude, like, shut up.
Yeah.
I'm like, am I in Philly?
Yeah.
Like, what?
All right, well, to be fair, though, it's kind of stupid to get angry at a Western Conference team because it's just like, you know what? What's the point? We're only going to see them one more time. If it was a Pittsburgh team or the Devils or the Rangers or the Bruins, if it was something like that, then, all right, maybe it's going to happen.
Sat Sixers off the ice for $50.
Where I went completely off track with the Devils. But when they score a goal, their thing is they point at the goaltender and say, you suck.
Which is stupid. By the
I
way.
hate it.
That
It's
is
just
dumb.
like, okay.
That's fucking dumb.
Because every game that
yeah.
I've been to, the Penguins have won. No, I'm kidding. They haven't. But
All right,
pretty damn close.
90%. We're gonna say 90%. It's been a Penguins win.
I would say about 65.
All right, that's a good. It's above 50, so
Oh,
we'll
yeah.
go with that one.
Tim chiming in, always have Ducks fans high five. It is hype when they score. I agree, but I still want to get out to the Honda Center.
I feel the
And
same
I
way
wanna
about
be with-
Pittsburgh.
I want to be with my own. I feel so lonely out here by myself.
Haven't had a chance to
How
get
can you
out
feel
to Pittsburgh
lonely
for
when
a
you
game.
have Ducks Nation just commenting in almost every week?
Because some of them are dumb. Like, listen, it's true. Some of them are dumb, but we don't have many smart guys like Tim. But what's the smart ones seem to
Yeah.
find us.
I mean, the one page that I followed, it's just like some of them are. They talk about how great our defense is, and I'm like, our defense is great.
Okay, correct.
Like, even when I go on the Flyers one.
great.
Oh my
Like
god!
every time I go into the Flyers one, it's when they win, this team's great. Flyers gonna win the Stanley Cup. Blah blah blah. As soon as they lose, fire hack. Mrazek sucks. This defense is terrible.
Well, that's just the city of Philly for you.
That's
like-
what Philly does.
just
They're
Philly.
like fire
one
everybody
game into the
and- yeah.
baseball season, and everybody's calling for freaking
I-
Gabe Kapler's head. Sorry, Maddie.
No,
let's
that
let's
wasn't-
fire
Oh.
Laviolette after starting 0-4. Okay.
Yeah.
That
What?
was
Like,
so dumb. That was
I
such
still
a bad choice.
to this day
Yeah.
fucking laugh at that organization for firing him after 4 games.
Ugh.
Yeah, and he's
All
done
right.
great
Somebody
things for
like the
Nashville.
Pittsburgh Penguins
That-
who fired Mike Johnson after a season and a half, I was still mad about. I would have said, okay, fire his ass in 4 games.
See,
'Cause he
Tim, you're not
sucked.
making this any better for me.
That was a Paul Holmgren era decision. Dumb in every way, shape, and form. And it was also another one of the many stupid things Paul Holmgren did as GM, like trading away Sergei Bobrovsky, getting Ilya Bryzgalov, signing him to a lengthy contract, and realizing that our defense is going to have to play in front of him.
That was my only beef with the Bryzgalov signing was the length of contract. Being as, I'm pretty sure he won a Stanley Cup with the Ducks.
Yeah, but wasn't that
And
more
then he
J.S.
had
Shigeru?
success. Then he had success in Arizona.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Then
though.
he comes to Philadelphia and he sucked. No. I say this all the time. I preach it. I believe it. Your goalie's only as good as the defenses in front of you.
There's no doubt.
Bryzgalov never had a really good defense in front of him after he left Anaheim and Arizona.
Actually, he didn't even have a good defense in front of him in Arizona because they didn't even get out of the first round. They got beat by Detroit.
He didn't have any offense then, though.
Everybody
too.
got beat by Detroit.
They either have one or the other. They never have both.
But still, point is that there was many stupid moves that that Paul Holmgren made, and there was a lot of stupid moves Ilya Bryzgalov did as well. But there was a lot of dumb things that Paul Holmgren did as GM, and firing Peter Laviolette was one of the many terrible things that he did as GM.
Dave Roska chiming in. My Anaheim Ducks. Dave, what did I tell you? It's our Anaheim Ducks. Are facing the Kings tomorrow. Yes,
Ooh,
they are.
Big game.
Right back. Tim says, yes, fuck those Kings. Go Ducks. Yes, I love it.
Make them their queens.
Yes.
Oh, man.
Actually, that's their nickname.
the Queens.
That's what they call them. Is the Queens, which
The Los Angeles Queens.
doesn't really make any sense because Queen is still royalty. It's still head royalty. And you look at England, it's
Call them
lead
the
royalty.
Jacks.
But I know I'm overanalyzing it. That's what I do. But I'm
That's what
saying
we're
we
here
should.
for.
You need to come up with something better.
God damn it. Them fucking Blue Jackets.
Oh, that's what he was.
Fuck's
Okay,
sake.
that's the face he was making.
Who the hell is that guy?
I don't fucking know. All I know is that the Blue Jackets are up 4-0.
Marcus
and it's
Nudivera?
Probably final.
Probably a rookie, considering that says his.
Wait,
what
look
his-
at that, though. Flames have 32 shots to their 22.
Yeah, and remember who the fucking Blue Jackets have in goal. God damn it. What the fuck? And every time I see shit like that, too, it reminds me that Sergei Bobrovsky's their goalie.
And he was a Flyer.
I could strangle Paul Holmgren. I really fucking could strangle Paul Holmgren for that fucking decision.
My favorite thing,
Oh
though.
my God, I could strangle him for that. Like, you traded away a Vezina Trophy winning fucking goalie to keep a piece of shit like Bryzgalov. And on top of that, you get Steve Mason. And I love Mace, but he is not Sergei Bobrovsky. And we have all seen that. I love Mace, but he is not Sergei Bobrovsky.
You know, we really need to get over this.
No, there's no getting over that. That's a terrible
Really?
fucking
My
move.
favorite thing,
Yeah,
though.
but you know what? It happened. It's done. It's over. Move on.
No, you do not fucking.
You're
no.
gonna have listen.
You
listen,
have to harp
listen,
on it because
listen,
you will repeat
listen,
your mistakes.
Listen, you're gonna have better than Sergei Bobrovsky in 2 years.
That's fine.
That's
I
what
will
you
take
think.
that. But I will. Shut up. Anyway, so that being said,
This kid's going to be a fucking bust. No.
Shut up. Do not do that. Do not put that. Do not plant those seeds. Don't you dare put that on us. Do not do that.
That's very true, Dave.
You already won 2 Stanley Cups with Matt Murray. You can go fuck off right now. Seriously.
Said they call them the Queens because they won 2 cups. It's pathetic.
That is kind of true.
That is very true. And
Well, they won
makes
both
sense.
on goaltending. So
Makes no
it
sense.
was that. I mean, without Jonathan Quick, let's be honest, the Los Angeles Kings do not win Stanley Cups. So let's just call it what it is.
No, not at all.
So,
Not at all.
Where was I going to? All right, here's my favorite thing about the Flyers organization is seeing all the ex-players in the Stanley Cups every year.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Justin Williams.
Yeah.
all right, fine. We're gonna go
Patrick
that route.
Sharp.
All right, you know what? Stop it.
Laviolette.
I'll do it for you.
Last year.
I'll do it for you.
Jeff Carter.
I'll do it for you. Mike Richards, Jeff Carter, Simon Gagne.
He was in the cup.
Simon Gagne
Oh,
won
yeah,
a cup.
with the Kings.
Yeah. Dennis
Forgot about
Seidenberg. Who else? Yeah, Justin Williams. Rod Brendamore. Oh, God.
Mark Recchi.
Chris Pronger before he was a Flyer. Oh, Christ. Who else? Chemo Timonen.
Does that count?
No,
don't
I'm
think he
saying
counted.
prior, like Flyers trading them away.
All right, fine. We'll eliminate Pronger, but we'll replace him with Chemo Timonen. There, you happy? Even I can admit that. Yes.
Let's talk
fucking
coaching
awful.
staff now.
Well, Lavi hasn't won one since he left Philly, so you know
no,
what? I
no,
can't
but he's
say
been
that.
there. He's been there.
Nor is John Stevens. Oh, fuck, no, he has.
I
I
was
as
gonna
an
say.
assistant coach. God damn it.
God damn it.
All right, as an assistant coach, not a head. Anyway,
Mm.
so with that being said,
I think that's a
I,
good place to end right there.
good way to end the show.
we dropped John Stevens' name. Now we must leave. Anyway, this has been the Hockey Happy Hour on A2DRadio.com. Before I kill myself, we will say goodbye. Last call. I am Matt Sassuti. This is the Penguin Lover, Michael Klankoff. And that was the Darkwing, Brian Daly.
There's his hand.
And we were brought to you by the Scanzano Sports Center, located at 5 Carnegie Plaza in Cherry Hill, New Jersey. And you give them a call at 856-889-3434 or visit them on the web at www.scanzanosports.com. This has been the Hockey Happy Hour on A2DRadio.com. We will see you all next Thursday right here on A2DRadio.com.